Hello, hello, check. Hello.
Audio check.
Innings. Salika won the toss and elected to bat first. Shivanshu Shaw and Pranav Jatia to open for Salika challengers. The proceedings for backyard stars. Mr. Swagoto Nandi, the ball from the tennis court end.
A very good evening from the Calcutta Cricket and Football Club. Thanks for joining us here on this weekday evening. If you're tuning in, thanks for tuning in. And if you're here live in person to enjoy some cricketing action, then thanks for coming here. We have a very exciting contest between the Selika Challengers and the Backyard Stars. Only one match for today, so hopefully we'll get a cracker, and I'm sure that we will, because both the teams come in off of a loss. They both played on the very, very first day of the tournament, and unfortunately, neither of these teams was able to secure a win, so they'll both be hungry for a victory here. We're just about 1 week into this month-long tournament, and how exciting this week has been so far. This is the Cc&Fc T10 Cricket Premier League 2025, now in its 7th edition. Every year it just gets bigger and bigger and better and better. The players, I know, and the spectators look forward to this tournament. It's kind of become a hallmark in the calendar of the cricket circuit here in Calcutta. And with that, on that note, we're ready for the first ball of the evening. And there's a big appeal right off the bat. First ball, Swagoto Nandi, the man with the ball, a very, very experienced cricketer and a very familiar face here at Cc&Fc. And starting off with a beautiful line, he'll be bowling to Pranav Jatia, the opening batter on strike, and Pranav will be joined by Shivanshu Shaw at the other end. Pranav is going to be facing the second ball. I usually see him, or he's usually seen donning a pickleball outfit and his pickleball bat, but let's see what he can do when he trades the pickleball paddle for the cricketing bat. Starting things off with a bit of spin, the Backyard Stars. By the way, the Selika Challengers won the toss and chose to bat first. I don't think that's very surprising, since they lost the first game when they were chasing. They got off to a bit of a rocky start in their run chase, so hopefully that won't happen today. They won't be chasing today. They'll be hoping to put a nice big score up on the scoreboard. And he just picks the ball off the ground and takes a quick single. Like I was saying, the Challengers lost a couple of early wickets, a couple of crucial wickets. None of the batters could really get going in their first game. So they'll be really hoping that some of these guys step up and complete their quota of 25 runs. By the way, for those of you who are not as well versed in the format that we are playing today, we are playing T10, which means every team gets to bat and bowl 10 overs each. And each batter can score a maximum of 25 runs, after which they must retire. So the Selika challengers were unable to do that, except one batter, Nikhil Chawla, who is the best batter in that first game. Besides that, none of the batters were able to complete their quota, so they'll be hoping to change that today. And Pranav, unfortunate, a little bit of a miss hit, but gets lucky there, and it races away for the first boundary. So luck favouring the batter, and some welcome runs in this first over. Such a short format of the game, every ball counts, only 60 balls to play, so you'll see the batter's going for a couple of big swings, but I think he just misjudged that ball and got a bit lucky. We're also in the power play, so that helped him out. Power play for the first 3 overs in this format. Last ball of the over.
Hello.
And goes for a bit of a cut, but again he mistimes the ball, and we'll end with a dot. So at the end of the first, it's 7 for no loss.
That's your one leg. Over.
Sticking with spin, and Tirtho Roy comes into the attack for this second over. You can see many of the teams heavily favouring the spin bowlers. A looping delivery, and Pranav calmly plays it away for a single. I beg your pardon, that was Shivanshu. Tirtho Roy, he's played 45 matches, picked up 25 wickets, with his best being giving away just 26 runs and picking up 3 wickets. So a man with plenty of experience. And they'll be hoping to pick up some early wickets here. And for those of you joining us while India is also playing a very exciting match, thanks. We'll take that as a very big compliment. It just goes to show how much this tournament has grown and how much people really enjoy watching it. So thanks for tuning in and spending your Tuesday evening with us. So I would say a steady start for the challengers. Once more looking to cut it away on the offside, and a bit of a misfield there, and he's going to pick up a couple of extra runs. And we'll settle for 2, say the challengers. We'll take it. A lovely atmosphere here at Cc&Fc on this weekday evening. Families out and about, supporters, spectators, enjoying the facilities of the club. In the air, the ball, and lands safely. At the end of the second, it's 13 for no loss for the Selika challengers. Here's Nandi with his second over. So captain really trusting him. There you can see his stats, 28 matches, 18 wickets, with his best giving away 10 runs and picking up 4 wickets. So excellent stats there for Shoggy. Goes down the ground in the air, and that clears the boundary quite easily, effortless. He makes it look. Pranav Jatia, a big man with big strokes, and goes for the big hit. 6 off the first ball. No balls to waste, like I told you, only 60 balls, and you'll have to get behind every one of them if you want to put a big total on the board. Keeps his bat absolutely straight and finds the boundary line quite easily. Jatia with the first 6, and he goes for another big stroke again, and quickly past the fielder and for another 4. 10 of the first 2 for Jatia now. Goes down the leg side and perfectly timed, perfectly positioned, and a well-deserved 4 runs there for Jatia. Getting some momentum, just 2 balls and 10 runs given away really turns the tables here and puts a lot of pressure on the bowler. Nandi will be scratching his head, wondering what it is he can do to stem this flow. Oh, there he goes for a slow delivery, taking the pace of the ball and just evading PJ there. While we have really interesting matchups between the teams, I love to see these unique player matchups that come out too. So we have Nandi and Jatia having a little bit of a mini contest here, you can say. Let's see who will come out victor. Once more in the air. And the fielder was just a bit deep for that one. Jatia getting a bit lucky and sneaking in the second one. And gets there in the end. The challengers now with a bit of momentum. I think there's a bit of moisture out here on the field, a bit of dew, so the bowlers will just be looking to wipe the ball and get that dew factor removed. Once more going for the big shot in the air, and it's very high, but is it going to clear the boundary line? No, it's not, and taken with comfortable hands. A beautiful catch there in the deep. And Shivi, I think, the man, 99 Shivi, takes the catch, and Pranav has to depart for 21 of 11. A superb knock. Once more favouring that offside, that leg side, I beg your pardon. And this time the fielders were ready for it, but valuable runs on the scoreboard. He's put their PJ 21 of just 11, which is the important factor, allowing for the next man in. So the Selka challengers lose their first 25 for 1 after 2.5, and Siddhartha Singh, the right-handed batsman with a wealth of experience, over 2,000 runs scored in tournaments. So he knows his way around a ball, he knows his way around a wicket, and he can wield a willow, that's for sure. He was also really, really valuable with the ball in the earlier game. So a useful man to have in your team for sure, Siddhartha Singh. And like I was saying earlier, that interesting matchup between Jatia and Nandi. Jatia had him in the first couple of balls going for 6 and a 4, but Nandi got his way back, found his way back and picked up the wicket in the end. Right, last ball of Nandi's over. Let's see if he can produce another wicked one. Ball keeps low and down the ground. And a single to round things off for the third. It's 26 for 1 for the Celica challengers. And here's a very interesting addition that we just saw to this edition of the tournament is a stump cam. So we have a new camera. We have a couple of cameras around the ground, but a new stump cam. So we get a couple of interesting angles. Here's Harsh Sehgal being trusted with the ball, 25 matches. He's played, picking up 17 wickets. He's a man you see around the Calcutta cricketing circuit a lot, actually. Let's see if Harsh can bring some Harsh to his team today. Goes for the swing, but excellent there by Harshi. Excellent line and pace on the ball. And missed his line there, and they sneak in a quick single. That was risky. The wicketkeeper almost had that one. Oh, quick thinking there behind the stumps. I think that's Harsh behind the stumps, if I'm not mistaken. So Harsh behind the stumps and Harsh with the ball as well. Goes for the big shot and straight to the fielder instead. So the projected score is looking like 88 right now, which hasn't been sufficient so far, I don't think, in this tournament. Most of the teams are looking to make about 100. A century is or more is what's considered good for this pitch. Oh, straight as an arrow, high in the air, and lucky lands safely, just short of the boundary line. He's going to have to bowl that one again, and unlucky as the ball races away. I think the fielder's going to get to it before it reaches the boundary line, but good running between the wickets, and they keep that scoreboard racing, not ticking. So a little bit of an injury on the field. We'll just take a couple of minutes and sort things out. Hopefully everyone is okay. Here's the dugout of the challengers. The dugouts are right next to the field, and you can see the players really enjoying their warm-up. Beverages galore flowing. Right, looks like everyone is all good to go. Goes down the leg side and cleaned up over there in the deep. So the challengers so far really favoring that leg side. They keep gravitating towards it, and let's see if that is a consistent theme. Siddhartha and Shivanshu both on 4. They'll be looking to get going right about now. And as I said it, he played it right over there. Looking to get going, looking for that big shot, but instead he'll have to earn his runs the hard way. Running hard between the wickets here are the batters. It is quite warm. I think there's one delivery left. 37 for 1 after 4. Yep, the commentator was right, and the scorekeeper lost track, I think, a bit. And one more delivery, if I'm not mistaken, in that previous over. Not sure what's happening out in the middle over there, kind of confusion between the umpires and the scorekeepers, but we'll move on to the next over, and Rohit Kumar Handa will be the man who will be doing the honors of the 5th over. Oh, a bit of a whippy one, that, and he'll have to bowl that one again. I think that might have slipped out of his hand actually. I don't know if he's the most regular bowler. I haven't seen him on the circuit too often. Ah, there we go for the big shot. I knew they were going to go after this over, and they start off with a bang. Goes for the maximum, Shivanshu. Hit convincingly with a lot of power and on his favoured side, and that ball disappeared. So good start to the over for the Selika challengers here. 7 off it already. And he was going after that ball as well, but that drifted just a little bit wide. The batsman is having a bit of a complaint about that, but he did have a big swing at it, and he did move, so the umpire was not convinced, and he's not going to give that one a wide. Let's go again. Oh, nudges that away, picks up a single. Once more in the air, and let's see if there is a fielder under it, and taken very well. Those are safe hands. A beautiful catch taken, makes it look so easy, and I think that's Siddhartha Singh who will have to depart. So Rohit Kumar Handa getting his revenge in the end. The challengers going for the big swings and just losing out short of the boundary. And safe hands there in the deep. As they lose their second, it's 46 for 2. Abhishek Kapoor, the new batter, to the crease. Start things off. Abhishek has 27 matches under his belt, 70 runs, and he averages a strike rate of 132. Of course, I think this is across all formats. It's a little bit different in T10. Looking to go after that ball, but there just wasn't enough pace on it, but picks up a couple of runs in the meantime. So really clever actually from Shivanshu Shaw here, not doing anything extra, and at the end of the 5th, halfway through the innings, it's 49 for 2. Here's Harshi, as he's fondly known, Harsh Sehgal, back into the attack. Bit of an expensive first over he bowled there, giving away 12 runs, but he'll be looking to get something back here. Going for the full toss. Oh, and a bit of a misfield. And slips through his fingers, and the batter is taking full advantage of that, diving. Look at the commitment from Shivanshu over there, diving to make his ground. Keeps his bat straight, plays that defensively away. Good bowling here from Harsh. One of the most interesting things about this tournament is definitely that so many of the players who are usually on the same team, sometimes playing for the Cc&Fc team, are pitted against each other, so they know their strengths, they know their weaknesses, and they can really have an interesting contest. The teams are also made through a grand auction. So there was a big auction a couple of weeks ago, and team owners had to bid. In the air, that ball goes for Shivanshu Shaw and lands safely. Shivi couldn't quite get under it. It's really hard to see the ball in the air actually under these lights. Yeah, like I was saying, there was a grand auction a couple of weeks ago, and the team owners were in a bidding war for many of these players, and we ended up with these teams. So it's been an exciting build-up to the tournament as well. Again, going for the big shot, but a swing and a miss there from Abhishek Kapoor. Harsh mixing things up here, keeping the batters guessing. That ball was swinging inwards. Really good stuff here from Harsh. Really slowing things down here for the challengers, who had picked up quite a bit of momentum in the last couple of overs. But this one is a tidy one so far from Harsh. Let's see if you can see it out. Oh, and he's going to have to bowl that one again. That was pitching way outside. Swing and oh, I think there was the cameraman who got into a bit of trouble. I'm not sure what the cameraman was doing in the middle of the field. The umpire is going to have a word with him, as are the captains. He was looking for that good shot. Everyone's looking for a good shot here, the cameraman as well as the batter. In this case, I hope the cameraman got a better shot than the batter did. And the batting team is having a bit of a complaint about it. And Char Hobe is the final call. That should be a 4. For those of you who don't speak Bengali, Char Hobe. But they're just going to decide what to do. These things happen. Well, they're not supposed to happen. Certainly not at this level. And I'm sure the cameraman will be infinitely apologetic for it. And the umpire has signalled that it is in fact a boundary. Confirmation there from the umpire on screen. And 4 runs, one way or the other, say the Selika challengers. And at the end of 6, it's 58 for 2. Here's the man, the myth, the legend, Zafar Aziz Khan into the attack. Starts off with the wide. He's a very familiar face around these Cc&Fc grounds. He's quite familiar with playing over here, and he'll be out to prove himself today. Drawing the batter out, and what a superb delivery, and gets his middle stump. Abhishek Kapoor, who didn't really get into the groove of things, he was struggling a bit at the crease, and it was Khan who finally clinched the wicket. Sensational delivery, pulling the batter out of his crease, and straight as an arrow that catches the middle stump and ricochets those bails off. 59 for 3 for the Selika challengers, now in a spot of bother. So the Zack attack is well and truly on. Yes, yes, no, no, and a quick single sneaked in by the challengers. The Backyard Stars haven't had the best time out here in the field so far. Couple of misfields, couple of extras given away. Harsh Biani, by the way, the new man to the crease. Captain of the team. Once more drawn outside his crease, choosing that leg side and goes all the way to deep leg. Shvanshu here playing a steady innings. He's been around since the very beginning of the innings and he's steadily making his way to his 25. The new batter, Harsh Biani, at the other end of the crease. Captain of the side. Hard-hitting batsman. Oh, swing and a miss. Excellent here from Zack Attack. Goes for the big hit down the offside, one bounce, and it rolls over to the boundary line. And there we have the scorekeepers smiling and sitting, enjoying the evening. They always enjoy their cricket, and they'll be enjoying this contest as well. And I'm sure they enjoyed that boundary. So he must retire. Every batter must retire at 25, and to replace him we'll have Sanju Datta coming in. So 2 new batters at the crease for the challengers now. It's been a very eventful over so far, I will say that. We've had a wicket, we've had a couple of wides, we've had some misfields and good running between the wickets, and now we have 2 new batters at the crease. Oh, slower delivery, and Zack thinks there was a bit of a niggle on it, and then the ball carried to the wicketkeeper, but confirmation from both the man behind the stumps as well as the umpire that that wasn't the case. So, very interesting here from Zafar Aziz Khan. Everyone here is always in good spirits. The umpires, the scorekeepers, the players. Off his pads, there's a half-hearted appeal from the Backyard Stars, but we'll close out the 7th. It's 68 for 3 for the Selika challengers. There's Nikhil Chawla on the left, all padded and ready to come to the crease if need be. The most valuable batter for the challengers in the last outing they had. Oh, goes for a big swing but doesn't get contact in the right spot on the bat. There's an awkward kind of hit actually. Going for the run out as well. Enthusiasm from TR over there. Here's Sanju Datta going big down leg side. And one bounce and into the fielder's hands. I was getting a bit excited there thinking that that one was going to run away to the boundary once again, but they've got that leg side covered, haven't they? It's a lovely evening here at Cc&Fc, as it always is. We're under the floodlights, going again down that leg side and lands short. Oh, a bit of confusion. Yes, no in the at the crease, but decide against that second run. Probably wise to decide against that second run because the fielder was all over that ball. Great atmosphere out here. The weather is being favorable to us today. It's quite cool. Not too humid, not too hot. And oh, what a beautiful ball there from Tirtharai. Yes, yes, desperate for runs are the batters. Trying to sneak in a couple of extras if they can, but the fielding side has woken up a little bit. The floodlights are on at this historic club. By the way, I learned a fun fact a couple of days ago. I don't know how many of you know this, that in 1792 when the Cc&Fc was founded, it was actually founded as the Calcutta Cricket Club. And there was no football. Football was added years later and it was started by... Oh! And does it pop out of his hands? I don't know if that was a clean one or not. But if it was, it would have been a sensational catch from Hershey. No, it wasn't, but they go for the run out as well. And the batters are keeping on going, but now there's confusion. Let's see. A 4, says the umpire. That's not what I thought it was at all. We lost the ball there in the middle. And it bounces. Does it? No, I think he catches it cleanly. What's the final verdict? We'll wait on that. A 6? Yeah, like I was saying, the Calcutta Cricket and Football Club was actually started as the Calcutta Cricket Club for primarily to be used by members of the East India Company. And then, of course, over the years, over the hundreds of years, it has evolved into a landmark in the city of Joy. All right, so confirmation coming in from the umpires that that was a dropped catch. The batting team ran 2 runs and there was an overthrow. So the overthrow saw the ball sail away to the boundary line. So +4 for that. So really unfortunate here for the Backyard Stars at the fag end of the competition, losing out on a couple of runs. Oh, and lands safely. That ball was in the air for a long, long time, but the fielder was nowhere in sight on that offside. And we're going to close out that odd over. 80 for 3 after 8. Right, we're getting some more of that Zach attack, it seems. Never a dearth of entertainment when he's around. Zach to Harsh, another interesting matchup. Let's see who comes out on top. Going down the off, and it'll go all the way to the boundary. A beautifully played shot. So 1-0 in favor of Harsh. Picks it off his pads. Down the leg side, I beg your pardon. The offside now, it goes big and one bounce over the fielder's head. Shogata Nandi running hard for that, but the ball wins the contest in the end. 2-0 for Harsh now. Played that so cleverly, just took a note. Just took note of the fielders and played it casually over their heads. A wealth of experience, and it shows there, Harsh Biani here. Goes big once again, and that's probably the biggest one so far. And all the way. And these are the runs that are going to count in the end. Look at this scoreline tick. 14 of the 3 deliveries now. 3-0 to Harsh. Come on, Zach. Harsh so calm, so cool, so collected down at the center over there, making it look so easy. Once more tries to go big, but that one travels straight into the wicketkeeper's gloves. And he's gone. Oh, we're going to wait for confirmation on that. But he gets his man in the end. So, it was 3-0 to Harsh in the beginning, but then finally Zach gets his man. I really want to watch that replay again. Was there a niggle on it as it traveled to the wicketkeeper? I guess there was. And the victor in the end is Zach. Alright, so what an entertaining. I told you it was going to be an entertaining over, and it was. 14 runs coming off the first 3 deliveries, and then a very, very important wicket in the 4th. Nikhil Chawla now to take command of things. Oh, come on. Can we watch that one just from a little bit ahead again? Okay, we'll ask them to pull that up for us again. I really want to watch that again. I don't think that Harsh wants to watch that again. He didn't look too happy with himself. Understandably. Nikhil starting off big, but has to settle. There was a man there in the deep. So just 1 over and 1 ball to go. The challengers already up to 95. They'll be pretty happy with that given how things went for them in their last outing. And the batters are really not holding back. Right at the end of the 9th, it's 96 for 4 for the Celica challengers. all set for the final over of the innings now. Rohit Kumar Handa to close things out over here. Goes for a big swing. And dropped in the deep there. Very lucky there, the deep back square leg. Just fumbling a little bit. And the ball travelled for a long time, was in the air and just slid through his... He couldn't quite get under it. And I think that's Zach actually. So not having the best outing here. Chawla. Oh, slower delivery. Chawla hasn't spent a lot of time out there at the centre yet. So asking him to go after these last couple of deliveries and really put some big runs on the board is really asking for a lot. But let's see if he's up to the task. Again, slower, and will sneak in a single. So it looks like we're going to be hovering around the century mark, which makes for a very competitive game in my opinion. To remind you, neither of these teams have a victory under their belt yet. They've both played just one contest and lost that contest, both on the first day of the tournament, which was a week ago. And yes, he keeps running, and there's a slip, and he doesn't even try, and an easy run out in the end. Nikhil there, fumbling, miscommunication, and loses his wicket, unfortunately. Happens to the best of us. But more than that, he loses out on that one important run. So bad luck there for the Selika Challengers, and the Backyard Stars pick up another at the fag end of this competition. It's 98 for 4 after 9.3. Yash Birla now to face a couple of deliveries for the Selika Challengers. Hit that one hard, but not far. Good comeback over for Rohit Kumar Handa. Just 3 runs given away in this final over so far, and picking up a wicket as well. So really nice things, really nice to wrap things up over here. Challengers again looking for that big swing, but losing out, and I think they're going to just have to settle for a single. And really good running, and they get their 2 in the end. He wants a third, and is he going to get it? Those overthrows are really going to cost them. And throw to the wrong end of the crease. I think they do get their third in the end. So entertaining right until the very last ball and the very last run. 103 for 5 is where the Selika Challengers have ended up, and the Backyard Stars need 104 in their 10 overs. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the run chase.
দেখো এবার দেখো
Welcome back and thanks for tuning in. We are all set for the second innings in this exciting contest between the Celica Challengers and the Backyard Stars. The Challengers put up a commendable total of 103 in their 10 overs, and the Backyard Stars need to chase that down in 10. And by the way, if they are able to chase it down in 8 overs, they will get an extra point. They will be desperate and hungry for that extra point, because till now neither of these teams have any points on the board in the league table. Unfortunately, they are both hovering around the bottom, but this is only their second game, so they will be desperate for a victory. Here's Yash Birla, who's been entrusted to open the innings for the Celica Challengers. Experienced 196 matches under his belt, and he definitely has some skills with the ball. Interesting run up too. Oh, beautiful delivery there to start things out for us. Yeah, like I was saying, that none of these teams have any points on the board, but a match victory gives you +2, and if you are able to chase down as the chasing team, if you're able to chase down the total in 8 overs or less, you get a bonus point. And Yash Birla, it's like he can hear me, because he sends that one straight to the boundary and gets things going here for the Celica Challengers. The first boundary of the innings. Rohit Kumar Handa, I'm so sorry. Rohit gets things going for the Backyard Stars. There he goes, opening the face of the bat, and casual, cool, and just enough power, perfectly placed. And a beautiful cover drive. Goes for the same shot once again, but this time the fielder was ready for it. Right, so a really interesting tournament format this time. Every team will get to play every other team. So it'll be a little bit longer in this group stage, but in this round robin format, it makes things way more interesting and fun, and a lot of more players get time on the field. And that one sails away for another boundary here for Rohit Kumar Handa. He is really getting things going here for the Backyard Stars. He is the captain. He will be hoping to take things into his own hands, and behind him, oh! And here's another thing that should be in your hands, and yes it is. Easy as it comes. Easy does it, and they lose their first. The Backyard Stars 8 for 1 after just 0.4 overs, and we're off for a very, very exciting run chase, I'm sure. It's already been so exciting. We're just gonna take another look at that for some reason. Did it come off the ground? We are going to check. No, in the air, or maybe it was a no ball. I don't know. We're going to check that, because as far as I can tell, the shot was clean, the catch was clean. Looks like a clean wicket for sure. So unfortunate there for captain, who was really steamrolling ahead with those first 2 boundaries. But he'll have to walk back 8 for 1 after 0.5. Already a man who's had a lot of impact on this game, Tirtho Roy, comes in at number 3. Shivam Arora at the other end of the crease. Solid, reliable batters to start things out. The challengers do have quite, I beg your pardon, the Backyard Stars do have quite a few batters still to come, so this is going to be an interesting chase for sure. Once more opens the face of the bat and will only get a couple. Well stopped there by the fielder. And at the end of the first, it's 9 for 1. An entertaining first it was for sure. There's the stump cam for you. A new addition to this edition of the tournament. That's a tongue twister. A new addition to this edition of the tournament. The stump cam giving you all sorts of angles here. The Cc&Fc T10 tournament bigger and better than it's ever been before. And speaking of big and better things, Siddhartha Singh here coming around the wicket. And in the air right off the bat. And he had to run backwards for that one, the fielder Yash. But he did really well in the end. Tough catch. Almost impossible. He was running backwards. Siddhartha Singh, an excellent first game he had on the very first day of this tournament, which was a week ago. So we're a week into this tournament. How exciting. And it's a month-long tournament, so a lot of action and excitement still to come. A slow start in the tournament doesn't mean you can't walk away with a victory. Right, keeping things easy here, Tirtho Roy. So the asking is looking a little bit intimidating if you ask me. 92 and 52. Not impossible, that's for sure. Certainly not in this format of the game, but the Backyard Stars really need to put their foot on the accelerator. The required run rate just north of 10. The current run rate exactly 9. They'll need a couple of batters at least to make their full 25 quota if they want to see this game through. Full toss and pops out of his hands at the edge of the circle there. Unfortunate and a bit of stroke of luck there for the Backyard Stars. Harsh, I think that was. They've gone for that lefty-righty combination. Shivam Arora, the man on strike, I beg your pardon. So left-handed batter. Once more opening the face of the bat on that offside. Steady over here from Siddhartha Singh so far. Sid just giving away 3 runs so far. Looping delivery, and look at the trajectory of that ball. Very interesting. At the end of the second, it's 12 for 1 for the Backyard Stars. Right, we missed that earlier on, but that was a bit of a stumping opportunity. I don't think it was very successful, obviously. That's why we weren't shown it. But exciting start to this second innings for sure. Here's our favorite stump cam. Really enjoying this view, actually. It's pretty interesting. Makes it feel very professional and IPL-like. Nikhil Chawla, the man to bowl the third. He's just practicing his run-up. A regular on the cricketing scene, like many of the other players. Has played very, very often at these grounds. In the air. And safely over the inside ring of fielders and straight to the boundary for Tito Roy. That's some experience coming into play. Knows where the fielders are, knows that he really has to get things going for his team so that they can stay in this run chase. I found that that is actually the best way to deal with these totals in T10. You have to stay in the game and not let it get away from you and then let it go too far, and then the asking rate just climbs up and it just seems like all too much to get. So 88 and 47 still very gettable. Going after that one, and Chawla drawing his batter out, but the man behind the stumps just a little bit too far behind. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that is the captain of the challengers, who is the man behind the stumps. Swing in the air, and once more land safely. So a hint of desperation now creeping into the style of play for the Backyard Stars. And here's a little bit of time taken for the field adjustments for that lefty-righty combo. Shivam Arora being the lefty in question. And there you can see the keeper and the skipper taking control of the situation. He is not usually behind the stumps, but I think he's enjoying his role over there, getting to really hands-on control his team and this game. A beautiful slower delivery there from Nixie. And Shivam hasn't been able to get going at all in this innings. 5 dot balls he's faced now. That ball just bouncing and keeping a bit low. Right, just making sure that all the fielders are exactly where they are needed. Right, just a bit of luck there. It just misses the stumps and it finds its way all the way to the boundary. So very, very lucky here for the Backyard Stars. And 4 runs added for them. All right, and Nikhil has his hands on his head as it should be, and that ball, unfortunate. Arora finally off the mark. That's some good news with that delivery. And we'll close things out in this third over. The Backyard Stars 22 for 1 after 3.
Wicket coming, boy. जल्दी जाओ boy. Normal field करते हैं हाँ. वो long on, deep mid wicket और इधर आओ. पीछे जाओ.
Yash Birla being called upon once again, picking up a wicket in the very first over. Target is 104, so still a while away for the Backyard Stars, but certainly not unattainable so far. They're very much in the chase. Just leaving the face of the stumps open. Risky there from Shivam, but he plays it away, nicks it away for a single and gives the strike back to Tirtho Roy, who's had a far more enjoyable outing here this evening. Taking a little bit of time between deliveries as we adjust the field. Oh, swing and a miss there from Yash. From Tirtho Roy, I beg your pardon. And once more getting lucky inside edge there, but veers away from the wicket in the end. So the asking rate now just creeping up to 12. The Backyard Stars could be looking in a spot of bother. They'll be hoping that someone clicks and something gets going. Still a lot of batting left to come for them. They've lost their main man, their captain. So that'll be putting them in a spot of bother. That one's going to float wide. The Backyard Stars have Abhishek Saraf, Zach, Shogatanandi, Bonzo still left to bat, so a couple of batters there in the air, and both the fielders were going for it, but it finds its way to the boundary nonetheless. That ball was determined to find the line, and it did. So welcome boundary here for the Backyard Stars. Catch is the call, but it lands safely. Good fielding there, quick as ever, the men. A bit of an expensive over for Yash, to be honest. He'll be hoping to see things out a little bit more favorably. 73 needed in 37. Ulta pulta. I knew he was going to go big, and a bit of a misfield there from the keeper. And a single that they stole, the Backyard Stars. At the end of the fourth, it's 32 for 1.
अपनी बारे जान ए सत्या तू भी बारे जा सिंह कवर में आ जा लेफ्टी है सत्या तू है सत्या अभिषेक पीछे जा
Right, what a symmetrical scoreline. The current rate is 8.0, the required rate is 12.0. They need 72 in exactly half the number of deliveries, 36. And Shivanshu Shaw, the new man in with the ball. Let's see what he can do and whether this over can make a difference to this game. This is the time where I think both the batting side will be looking to get going and, you know, really cover some ground in terms of making those 72 more runs that they need, and the bowling side will be hoping to pick up some wickets and put a bit of pressure on the batters. Tirtho Roy at the other end of the crease looking quite comfortable on his 16. Oh, I think it slipped out of his hand. It's not the first time that we've seen that today. And goes for a wide. It'll be interesting to see. I think there have been most of the bowlers giving their first delivery away for a wide. And a second one from Shaw? No. I'm a bit more harsh than this umpire. Batter's not happy with that. Oh, and he was waiting for that. Pitched outside and opens his body up. Good footwork there from the batter, and he gets a couple, or he gets a single. Gets things going for him. Picks up 2 actually. Shivam Arora. So Shiv to Shiv. Once more, that wider delivery, and just taking the pace off the ball, Shivanshu. So in this Shiv versus Shiv matchup, seems to be my theme, my recurring theme for the afternoon, the matchups, the Shiv versus Shiv matchup. So far, Shivanshu Shaw getting the better of it. And does that continue? That ball is very, very high in the air, and the fielder just lost the ball, I think. He didn't know where the ball went. The cameraman also lost the ball, so unfortunate there. Very difficult under the night sky with these floodlights. Here we can see the ball, or did it get lost behind the trees actually, and they're a bit of a slip up. Shivam lending the strike now with that delivery to Tirtho Roy, who'll hope to stable the ship a bit here, stabilize the ship a bit. Swing and a miss there, and the ball travels for a little while. Wicketkeeper had a good chase after that. So we're back to our Shiv versus Shiv. That asking rate now just creeping up to 12.97, so just shy of 13. Let's see what Shiv can do. So far, Shiv with the ball is having more luck than Shiv with the bat. And once more, Shiv with the ball with the final victory of this mini matchup at the end of the 5th. So we're halfway through the innings. It's 37 for 1 for the Backyard Stars. Nikhil Chawla in to bowl his second. Another man I see more frequently with a pickleball paddle than I do with a cricket ball, but I'm sure he's equally, if not more, familiar with the ball than with the paddle. Let's see what magic he can wield today. .67 in 30. Things are getting very interesting over here. Doesn't look like they're going to get it, that bonus point, the backyard stars. Opens the face of the bat and goes big for that one. And, oh, good feeling there in the deep. Good job there from deep extra cover. Left hand. Just keeps the ball in play and limits them to just 1 run. So really, really good work. Saved his team. 3 runs there in the deep. Oh, and straight into the stumps of the bat. And Nikhil Chawla claims his man. He was on the hunt and he got it in the end. 38 for 2 are the backyard stars, and now they're looking in a spot of bother. Right, speaking of spicy matchups, this is the spiciest one that we are going to see today. Nikhil Chawla with the ball facing Shogatan Nandi with the willow. Chawla will be hungry for another one after that. Oh, well played by Nandi. Easy does it. Picks up a single. Gets things going for himself. And goes big, straight down the ground. One bounce and straight into the fielder's hands. And good fielding, easy cleanup there, and straight back to the crease, back to the bowler, and really well done there in the deep. Good bowling here from Nikhil. Just keeping Nandi guessing. Gently played for a couple. And Nikhil Chawla, an excellent over for him, making things very, very difficult for the backyard stars. 41 for 2 after 6. The asking rate now well over 15. The Backyard Stars in a lot of trouble. Right, Captain Harsh Biani calling upon his trusted comrade Siddhartha Singh, and why not with that sensational first delivery. Nandi's wicket is one that they will be chasing, as will they be Tirtho Roy's. He's settled in at 18 of 13 deliveries. Couple of good overs here for the Selika challengers, and they can walk away with their first couple of points of the tournament. Things looking very tough now for the Backyard Stars. I don't know how that happened so suddenly. Just a couple of overs ago, they seemed well on their way. But 63 and 23 now. Looking grim. Oh, sensational once again. Deceiving the batter. Coming round the wicket now, and picked up really well by Tirtho Roy, and he sends that sailing across and well outside the ground. And that is a 6 if I ever saw one. 48 for 2. So this game is not over yet, says Tirtho Roy. Punishing the left-handed bowler, and that one was drawn with a ruler almost. Ruler straight down the ground for a very, very welcome 6. Oh, going for that big shot once again, but Sid taking the pace off the ball. Oh, edged and falls just short of the fielder. I don't think he was quite ready for it. A little bit lucky there for Tirtho Roy as he sees out that over. We're going to have a look at that again. No, and that lands well short of the fielder. At the end of the 7th, the Backyard Stars 48 for 2. The asking rate now just shy of 19. Abhishek Kapoor to keep things going for the Celica challengers. This is the over that can make or break it for the challengers. They just need to see it through, and I think it'll become very difficult in the last 2 overs for the Backyard Stars to do much. Just a reminder that if the Backyard Stars had made and chased down this total in 8 or less overs, they would get a bonus point. But I don't think that's going to happen today. I mean, mathematically, it's not possible. Right, so there are plenty of wickets in hand. The Backyard Stars really need to get going. Tito Roy only can make 1 more run, or be on strike for 1 more until he makes 1 more run. And that is not the delivery it's going to happen in. Harsh there, very quick behind the stumps. Keeping the batter honest. Let's see his Dhoni-like work there. Oh, the batter was quick too. That one is in the air and out of the ground. 6 runs to end things out for Tito Roy. He's going out with a bang. So he makes 30 of his 19 deliveries. By the way, if you're confused about that, you can bat until you score 25 runs. So if you're on 24 and you score a 6, of course, they're not going to take the runs away from you. You're going to get that full 6. And so 30 is where he ends up, and now he must retire and give way to Harsh Sehgal, the next batter in for the Backyard Stars. I know that he can really swing a bat, so they'll be looking to get some big runs from him in not that many deliveries. We're halfway through the 7th over. Bit of a smack at the ball to start things out. And a single to wrap up the 8th. It's, I beg your pardon, 1 more delivery to go. Just 2 overs left for the Backyard Stars to pull something magical. They need a really magical innings from someone. Nandi there going for a big shot, but straight to Jatia there at long on. And now we close out the 8th. It's 58 for 2 for the Backyard Stars. Shivanshu Shaw in the thick been in the thick of all the action today with the ball as well as the bat. His first over was absolutely excellent, didn't give away too many runs at all. 23 the asking rate now in the last 2 overs. Oh, swing and a miss there from Nandi. The Selika Challengers was making the batting look so easy earlier on in the first innings, but you can see the ball is really not coming onto the bat, and the Backyard Stars are really struggling. They're drawing Nandi out once again, but poor contact and didn't get the power, didn't get the sweet spot that he was looking for, Nandi. Right, I think the Selika Challengers will be feeling much more comfortable. Oh, slower delivery there from Shaw. What an interesting turn of events, and what an interesting over it's been. Well, not turn of events, but what an interesting over it's been from Shivanshu Shaw. Oh, and they had to sneak in that single, and even then Shaw was all over it, trying to stop them. He's going to fight till the end, even though it's very, very difficult for the Backyard Stars right now. 45 needed of 9, practically impossible. But run rate will count in case it comes down to that in the end. So you'll see the Backyard Stars fighting this through till the end, as will the Selika Challengers. Takes a step to the side and a big swing there, but didn't quite get the pace that he would have hoped for, Hershey. Excellent stuff here from Shivanshu. Tomorrow we have a very interesting lineup. We have 2 games coming for you. And at 5:30, the Heritage Tigers will be taking on the Selika Challengers. So the Challengers will be back again tomorrow. It's the end of the 9th. It's 62 for 2. So just 1 over to get, 42 needed off it. So the Backyard Stars in not with much luck, but the Selika Challengers will be hoping to ride their luck and their win from today. Almost win. We'll wait for the official win after 6 balls, but they'll be walking on a high to the first game of tomorrow. At 5:30, the Selika Challengers will be taking on the Heritage Tigers, and then at 6:30, the Power Rangers will be taking on the Backyard Stars. So the Backyard Stars will be back, probably still searching for that victory which has been evading them. And then we'll have a couple of days of break until the weekend. So do tune in tomorrow, 5:30. We'll have the first innings of the first game, then the second innings of the first game, the first innings of the second game, and then both the second innings consecutively. 1 bounce and 2 long off. Once again for the Backyard Stars, no one batter really putting in a big performance. Oh, and that goes straight into the hands of long off, and he takes that quite comfortably, and they lose another wicket. I think it's Nandi who's going to have to walk back. Yes, it is. And a very well taken catch, very close to the ground, and well done in the deep over there. An excellent wicket, and Nandi has to depart. It seems we have a superstar amongst us, and a superstar will be taking to the crease for these last 4 deliveries. But no matter how super he is, I don't think you can make 10 runs in the last of the last ball. And found himself outside his crease, and really quick and clever work there behind the stumps from the wicketkeeper, and back-to-back wickets for Abhishek Kapoor here. So the superstar will have to depart before we can find out his real name. I'll find out for you and let you know, but unfortunate there for the superstar, just getting caught. And enjoying themselves out here in the middle are the Celica challengers. So he'll have to depart for a duck. The backyard stars now 63 for 4. Prashant Malhotra will have to see things out for the backyard stars. Hat-trick ball here for Abhishek Kapoor. Look at these stats from Abhishek Kapoor. Picked up 2 wickets, given away just 11 runs, and one of those was a misfield, I think, if I remember correctly, in just 9 deliveries. So, hat-trick ball. Oh! And almost had his man over there. His team was almost willing that into existence. Yeah, they put a slip in place to make sure that if they had a chance, they would capitalize on it. And I think there was a little bit of an edge, but the wicketkeeper couldn't keep it. Keep slow and good fielding. I would have never thought of that, so that just goes to show what experience and spending many hours and years of your life out on a cricket field can get you. And the last delivery, so the Celica challengers bowling side doing an exceptional job in limiting the backyard stars and winning this contest quite convincingly in the air, land safely, and once more using their feet more than their hands are these fielders. And we close things out. The backyard stars 65 at the end of their 10 overs, and the victors, the victory belongs to the Celica challengers, and they win by very convincing in the end, 38 runs. A really good job from the bowling side, especially the batting side right from the get-go. A combined joint effort, a couple of really good performances there, but a joint effort all in all, starting things off Pranav Jatia and keeping things going. Nikhil Chawla, the captain, getting in on the action, the Harshes, and enjoying themselves out there at the centre and walking away with their first couple of points of the tournament. The Celica challengers with a convincing victory in the end, winning by 38 runs. High fives all around here. That'll be all from us. You can catch all the action tomorrow live at 5:30 from Cc&Fc grounds. Here's a last look at the beautiful pitch, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in.
us to the end of the day. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you.